Tomorrow is launch day for the Daily Work Journal, and I'm so excited, and honestly I don't really know what to expect because I've been working up until this day for so long now, for these last 6 months, probably even more, because I started conceptualizing the journal in December. So it's been a long time coming. I have a lot of emotions. Today is May 31st. It's a Monday, and we had, today was Memorial Day, we had the long weekend, and I honestly spent the entire weekend getting ready for the launch tomorrow. So I focused mostly on marketing. What I did was I created the email that will go out to the Daily Work Journal followers, and that didn't take too long, but I just really needed to get that done because I hadn't done it yet. So that for sure I wanted to do this weekend. And the majority of time was actually spent crafting these individualized and personal emails for my friends and family. So I had 100 of these I had to send, and it took me 2 days. And of course there was a part of the email that was just canned. I essentially asked them to share the link for the Kickstarter and other things that they could do to support me. So what I did was I saved that in a Gmail template and I inserted it into these emails. But the personalized parts of the email, the beginning and the end, took a long time, because what I did was I made sure I wanted to thank them individually for what they've done so far, and just kind of give them an update about my own life too, and ask them for an update of their life. So you'd be surprised, I really was surprised it took so long. Granted, I didn't spend the whole day doing them. I ran some errands, I did some other things, but it did mostly take me 2 days. So we'll see how this goes, because when I first emailed my friends and family, the very first time, it was a group generic email, and everybody was in BCC. The second time I did this was the pre-launch email. I had a generic group message, but I actually took time to send it to people individually so that, you know, when they responded, I could follow up, and it was just a little bit cleaner. But yeah, but I didn't have a personalized message. And so this third time that I'm emailing them, I wanted to personalize it a little bit too. So because it is a launch and it is a big deal. So that is what I did this weekend, and tomorrow we'll see how the launch goes. Today is launch day. It's 11 a.m. right now, Mountain Time, and I'm super emotional actually. I messed up, so I didn't record a pre-launch video, so you guys didn't see me just now like freaking out and focus on the launch mostly. So I was checking the buttons. I didn't record myself launching because I didn't want to mess up. There are a couple of things that you can't change once you launch your campaign, so I wanted to make sure those are done, so I don't have footage of that. But I was freaking out. Up until the very last minute, I switched and lowered my campaign funding goal. So my goal was $1,000 up until 20 minutes before launch, and I changed it to $500 because on Kickstarter, if you didn't already know this, if you don't reach all of your goal, you get none of it. And so even the orders that would have been happily placed, if I didn't reach the threshold, I wouldn't have gotten those. And I didn't want to go back to my friends and family and tell them, hey, like the Kickstarter didn't get funded, can you place your order on this other platform so I can get you the journals, right? So that's why I decided last minute I would change my funding goal to be artificially low, just so I can meet the threshold and fulfill the orders. And the reason why, so $500 is 15 orders. The journals are sold for $35 each, and I really wasn't even sure if I was gonna get 15 orders, to be honest. What I did was I ended up calculating the number of people who told me that they would buy a journal, and I counted them as one, so $35, right? And to my surprise, a lot of the people who, so you know, it's only been I launched my campaign 2 hours ago. A lot of the people who said they would buy journals, they actually bought multiple. That's something I didn't factor in. Of course, there's gonna be a drop off. People who have told me they are gonna buy journals, they might not end up buying, so I think it might just net out even. But I'm pleasantly surprised that I have now surpassed my funding goal officially, We've passed $500, so I've cleared the mark for this, and now I'm just going to be focused on raising more money and selling more orders for the rest of the month that the Kickstarter is going to be running on. So it's also really exciting to see people I completely did not know buy the journal. And granted, at this point I only have 10 backers, only about 2 people are like this, but it shows that they actually should check out the analytics, because on Kickstarter they tell you where they come from. So I'm curious where they found the journal. But yes, there were 2 complete strangers. I did not know them, and they placed full journal orders. So really, really excited for that. Okay, so it's 7 p.m. on my launch day, and I'm likely going to end the day around this number. So I'm gonna tell you what it is. I raised $1,500 today, and that's 300% to launch. So super, super exciting. And what that means is I am now obligated by Kickstarter's terms and conditions to deliver my goods to my backers. So that's super awesome. I was freaking out over not even meeting that, so really great that we crossed the threshold. Now I'm gonna focus the end of the month, the rest of this month, on just making as many sales as I can. And gosh, yeah, I would say even within this first day, after the first couple of hours or so, when people have opened their emails and read my personal emails to them, I think the purchase orders really died down actually. And so, you know, it was just the first couple of hours where all the orders came back. And in the evening, I think some of my friends who got off of work and saw my email, that's when they placed those orders. So we had a little bit of uptick, but I would expect actually for you to get within all of your orders in the first couple of hours that you launch. So we'll be back next week with another update and video.